Hello, folks. We are live. How exciting is this? We are here Monday evening, the 31st of January, to announce the winner of the Collective of Extraordinary Women Scholarship, which has been so kindly donated. And I'm thrilled because I had no idea when I first set this up that this would ever be a thing. And people want to pay it forward, and something that I find so incredibly generous about women is that they want to pay it forward. So my phone has just notified me that I'm live, so I'm going to turn that on to quiet, make sure that I'm switched off on all other apps on my computer. So for those of you who don't know, the Collective of Extraordinary Women is a coaching and mentoring membership which focuses on mindset, business strategies, is centered around community. There's some very experienced business owners in there, as well as new business owners. And I play a pivotal role in the coaching and the mentoring, and we have a community empowerment manager who supports all of the members. And it is fast becoming one of the go-to memberships in the UK for business owners who want coaching and mentoring at that very high level. And so I am absolutely thrilled to announce that we have our winner for this year, for 2022. And I would like to welcome into the stream Donna Helliwell. Hello, Donna. It's lovely to see you. How are you doing?
Thank you so much, Lucy. And I'm so happy. I was so touched by your message this morning, and I'm just completely thrilled and humbled and honored to get this prize. I didn't think I'd win it all, so I'm really happy.
We're very thrilled to have you with us. And so it was an impartial decision. We didn't judge it. Nobody in the membership judged it. And your entry was absolutely phenomenal when I read it back after the win had been submitted. And what you do is fantastic. So do you just want to tell us a little bit about what it is that you do?
Yeah, sure. So I have a company that trains people who suffer from insomnia to get their sleep back, basically get the sleep back on the track and live a healthy and happy life. I myself struggle with insomnia for 15 years, and there was no one really to help me. So I figured now that I got over it, and I could help other people too. So I did a training course and I started my company, and it's progressing, quite well so far.
Excellent. I loved on your application that you said you want to be known as the Marie Kondo of sleep and sleep hygiene. And I love that. I thought that was brilliant. So tell us a little bit about how old the business is and what your hopes are for the business going forward.
Sure. So I actually formerly worked in big companies in communications and strategy in these big jobs. And I have no knowledge of sleep really, apart from my own personal experience. So I figured last year that I'd start, doing a training course, a qualification to become a sleep therapist, which I completed at the beginning of, I began at the beginning of last year, and then started gradually building my company up from there in parallel. And so I got my first client in around January of last year. So it's actually really recent. And the business has taken a strange turn, actually. I always imagined it would be individual clients, but it's actually some B2B work as well. And it's really evolving in a different direction. So it's great. It's really interesting. And I'm looking forward to see what happens next.
Yeah, brilliant. That is really exciting. So there's some big goals that you've got. So what would you, Shannon's saying congratulations. And on that note, I would love to say for everybody that applied, and we had a lot of people that applied, it was wonderful for me to see just how many people want to be in the membership as well. I didn't quite realize just how much people want to join. So it was really wonderful to see that. And to those of you who haven't made it this year, keep applying. Every time we open the doors, there will be one space funded by a sponsor for one person for their 6 months journey. So congratulations to Donna, but also commiserations to those who didn't make it this time, but keep applying because you are all wonderful. I loved having a look at the other applications as well. So Donna, aspirations for the next few years, what are you looking to achieve?
Well, I really want to become recognized as the expert for insomnia. I think that's a key thing for me. And as you mentioned, to become the Marie Kondo of sleep, which is in the back of my mind continually. And obviously, I'm really at the beginning, so it seems a bit crazy to think that. But I really want to have that kind of impact, in the same way that people declutter their lives, they actually can sleep well and live better lives. So that's really my end goal. And also, obviously, to develop my own online course program too, and be as diverse as possible, even going into companies and that kind of thing. So yeah, I think, from about 2 years down the line, I'd really want to be the go-to person. That's what I'd like to do. Really.
We're a big fan of thinking big. We don't like to.
I know I'm thinking extremely big, actually, and I think you're right that's what we have to do, because otherwise it'll stay small, and I want to make an impact. So
why not think big? Amazing. And we talk about comfort zone and moving out of the comfort zone, and we find as small business owners, and myself and you, we are micro business owners, really. Anything under $1 million turnover in a year is considered a micro business. And so when we're stepping into that small business, larger team vibe, and we move up and up and up, each time we are stepping out of our comfort zone and we're pushing ourselves further. And there's something said among the business community, which is new levels, new devils, new mindset things that come up. So what kind of thing have you had to work on to be where you are now, where you're at the point where, this is a successful business so far, I really want to join this membership? What things have you had to work on and overcome, if you feel happy to share that with us?
Yeah, of course, so many things. Well, firstly, the knowledge, because it's a knowledge-based business, and I had no knowledge of sleep medicine and all those, all the educational aspects. So that's been a huge challenge for me. I don't come from a medical background, so that's the first thing. And secondly, obviously, what's very difficult when you have a business is that some days you're feeling very confident and other days not so. And it's, pulling yourself out of that and doing it even if it's really, really hard. Because, probably half of the time you don't feel like doing it because whatever, you're lacking in confidence or something's happened, and you've really just got to keep going. So that's been a big challenge for me. And obviously presentation skills is a huge deal. That's something that I need to continue improving, but it's improved quite a lot already. So I'm really happy about that. It's mostly self-confidence, actually, confidence with my clients, and actually believe that I know what I'm talking about, because I do. It's just that sometimes, you start to question yourself. So it's really about more the self-confidence side of things for me, I would say.
Yeah, brilliant. Self-confidence and self-belief are huge. And, practice makes progress, right? That whole thing about talking in front of people and communicating your message, that takes practice and that takes time. And when we've worked for organizations where we haven't had to big ourselves up, it's a very different scenario when we're having to talk about our business and what we bring to the world. So, huge congratulations to you. And I suppose not being able to sleep well really impacts that confidence.
Oh, it does. You're absolutely right. I would say, obviously I sleep well today because I wouldn't be legitimate otherwise. But it's true that, having suffered from that difficulty for 15 years, you do lose self-confidence because you can't be productive. You can't do things as well as you'd like to. So I'm still actually getting over that. From that side of the experience, I'm still trying to get through, certain aspects. So that's a very, very good point. Actually, I hadn't really thought about it, but it's true that there are some things that are still there from that past experience. So other things to work on, which I can help my clients with too, eventually as well, once I get through that aspect. So it's a long journey.
Yeah, and it's constant self-improvement. So with insomnia, which I know nothing about, and I'm really glad that...
Oh, you're so lucky.
I'm really lucky.
Put that on your gratitude list, seriously.
Yes, I will. But I do know people who suffer with insomnia, and it is a hellish experience. I remember when I had my son, he really didn't sleep well in the first few weeks, and I used to refer to it as torture. it felt like physical torture. And I do feel that my mental health declined because of my lack of sleep. So what is there anything that, just from you being here today, any one piece of practical advice that you could give to support people on their insomnia journey? What would be the first step to take?
Well, I'd like to say that there is a way out, because insomnia sufferers quite often are, completely resigned. They think there is no solution because they've been through every single potential remedy you can imagine. So I would say the first thing is the belief that you can actually resolve it, because you can definitely. So that's one key thing. Afterwards, there's a bunch of things, you can say and work on. But the key thing I would say, especially with insomnia sufferers, is that it's quite often it's stress and anxiety that drives it.
Okay.
So I would say, instead of putting your foot on the gas pedal every morning, the accelerator pedal every morning, I would say start by bringing in those calm moments throughout the day in the morning, so that when you get to the evening, you can actually wind down and not put your foot on the pedal and hope to brake at the red light like this, because it doesn't work like that. So really, sleep, what we do during the day, contributes to our sleep at night, and it begins when you get up in the morning. So I think that's a key thing to keep in mind, is to bring those calm moments into your day, so that you're actually checking in with yourself, saying, am I stressed out right now? What can I do to bring that down? So I think, that's probably one of the key things I would say. But essentially, it's here, and you need to understand that you can get out of it.
Yeah. So you're preparing for your sleep when you wake up.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing. I love that. Oh, that's brilliant. How incredible is that? Oh my gosh, I can't wait to hear more about your business and your knowledge, and hear more about what it is that you know. Amazing. The collective has got a sleep expert in the room. I think they're going to be really happy. Maybe that's why you were voted in, because you're the one that can help with the sleep. So why the collective? Why did you apply for this?
Okay, so I think that it began on Clubhouse, from listening to you on Clubhouse. I think that's one of the, the whole mindset and the way of, working together to support and help each other. I think that's a key thing that, I heard from you and the people on Clubhouse initially. And then, I followed you obviously since then, and I follow you on LinkedIn, and I've been to your webinars. And I just see there's a huge potential in women working together, and especially for me, working with women who are more experienced as well in entrepreneurship. So I think, those are the key reasons. But obviously, all the they can support me in so many different ways, like I can support them. So I like the idea of having people around me who can boost me, and I can boost them as well. And I think it's all those kind of things together. There's a lot of things.
That's great. No, that's wonderful. Just for anybody, because we're obviously opening the doors to the membership for the first time. We only open it a couple of times a year, and it's opening this week to the priority list. So what I'll do is I'll link that below when we publish this. Donna is in receipt of a scholarship, of a 6-month scholarship, which has been donated, and it's absolutely phenomenal to have her. We had a lot of people apply, and this was judged impartially by the donor, and we're very, very happy to have you on board, Donna.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful, and so grateful to the fairy godmother as well, whoever that may be. I really, really appreciate it, and I'm going to use it, to the best of my ability. So thank you very much.
We can't wait to have you in there. And folks, if it's something that you are considering, being in the collective of extraordinary women, please do check the links below, because the doors open to the priority list. I believe it's on Tuesday night, and the priority list, there are 28 people on that priority list, and there are only 25 places. Now, I know that not everybody signs up from the priority list. Some people say that they want to join, but they end up not joining. So there is a very good chance that you can get a spot, because 28 out of 25. We'll see how many do actually join us. But knowing that there is a deep dive with me, one-to-one, for the first 5 people who join on that priority list is probably something that you want to know, because you can't work with me one-to-one anymore. So that's a good incentive to get you in there, to get you over the line, to get you in with us, to get you making progress, to get you not feeling alone, to have the expertise in the community. And we cannot wait to welcome Donna. So Donna, you're going to receive all the information. You're going to be onboarded by Rihanna, who is the Community Empowerment Manager. So she's going to be in touch. She's going to have a conversation with you about how it all works. And we can welcome you into the checkout on Friday, which is a half-hour group coaching session. And I can't wait to see you there.
Me too. Thank you so much. Really,
Congratulations.
thank you so much. Thanks.
Excellent. You wait there. I'm just going to end the broadcast and then we can have a conversation.
Okay, great. Thank you.
No problem.